Hello ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the channel, welcome back to Wonderkid Watch, and today we're looking at Thierry Small. Before we jump into things, make sure you like and subscribe to the channel for more Wonderkid Watch, and of course some other series coming your way in the future. But as I mentioned, we are looking at Thierry Small, a player from Everton, signed for Saints in the summer, one of the youngest players to play in the Premier League, having played for Everton in that league. Well, not in the Premier League, I should say. I believe it was the Capital Cup, maybe. So he's played for the first team at the young, tender age of 16, and he is now at Saints, an academy that is absolutely something which could be a good choice for him to go to. It'll be interesting to see how he develops. He looks to be a very, very good player. Acceleration 16, natural fitness 16, so some good pace on him. Some flair for a fullback, which is an interesting decision, but some nice technique, dribbling and first touch as well. So he's very much could be an attacking fullback. He can also play centre-half, maybe not the best idea with that flair, as he might look to do a couple of tricky things in the centre of defence, but maybe as a fullback or a winger could absolutely be something to keep an eye on. Tries tricks as well, so maybe avoid the centre-back role, but an interesting one nonetheless. Let's take a look at his attributes then using the in-game editor. He's got 154 potential ability, so it's pretty high, currently at 82. Be interesting to see how that develops, but let's jump 10 years on and take a look. Here we are. He is at Norwich, of all teams. 26 years old now, obviously 10 years on from where we were. And he's definitely developed more as a winger as well. So he's been able to play there and as well as centre-back. So he's there with that. Gets forward where possible. Plays no through balls. Knocks ball past opponent with that very, very nice pace there. And runs with ball down the left. So I'd avoid playing him at centre-half if he develops those traits, certainly. But he's seen as a centre-back in the media. Maybe that's where Norwich have been playing him quite a lot. Concentration and flair are very high, along with decision. So he'd be a good centre-half. He's just got a bit of flair about him, which is a bit strange. There's some good dribbling and first touch and technique. But his technicals overall could probably do with a bit of an increase. Physicals, though, looking very, very nice. Coming into his prime, let's take a look at his attributes levels. General-wise, he's close to potential ability, but not quite there, and that's probably shown by him being at Norwich. No offense, Norwich, but he's only at the 134. Unlikely to increase too much, as he is at 26 years old. Made 20 under-21 appearances for England, but not a first team one just yet. But it looks like he has moved around a little bit in his career, and he is wanted by Fulham, who's put a bid in for him for 18.5 million, and otherwise wanted by some other clubs in the league. But looks like he obviously joined Saints early on, played a couple of games for them in the Premier League, ended up being loaned out to the Bulgarian side Levski, where he played a few games, didn't quite get great form, and that kind of continued for Southampton in the Premier League for quite some time until he made a £7.25 million move to West Ham. Again there, he didn't quite live up to what he'd hoped, and then that led to a £9.5 million move to Norwich. So, I mean, it's increasing each time, but he's still not performing at the highest of qualities. Milestones-wise, let's take a look at the competitions. Southampton won the Carabao Cup in 2028, and he won that as well. Otherwise, nothing really stand out. He's been relegated from the Premier League to the Championship, so it'd be interesting to see if he were to kind of fire off in the Championship and become a hell of a player. Otherwise, he's been in a few Southampton season best 11s, Norwich as well. He got Young Player of the Month in Bulgaria, first team of the round, Levski seasonal best 11, overall best 11. So he's got a few personal accolades, but nothing too stand out. A little disappointing with his technicals, but otherwise looks pretty good. Training, obviously we can't see. Information could play for Jamaica or Panama, but ended up sticking with England as well. It's pretty much it. Contract info obviously on £26,000 a week, so a good amount of money there. But there you go. That is Thierry Small. Make sure you let me know in the comments below if you'd sign him, if you wouldn't, what you'd sign him for. Probably as a backup he'd be alright in the Premier League, but that's probably the limit if you needed him. But there you go. Make sure you like, subscribe, all that good stuff. And of course, leave a comment down below of any players you want to see coming up next in Wonderkid Watch. See you next time.